And welcome again to Cottage Talk. I am Russ Goldman. This is a news and notes episode ahead of the Fulham match against Wolves. We did a preview show yesterday. I actually did one with Paul from A Whole Lot of Wolves. I would highly recommend you checking that out. That gives you both perspectives on this match. In this quick episode, very quick episode, I'm going to talk about some news that is broken today, along with the latest from Marco's presser on Alexander Mitrovic. We do have an update, and I'll be sharing that with you shortly. As always, please do subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. It does help other Fulham supporters find us. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it. And it is the news I think many Fulham supporters have been waiting for. It's an update on Alexander Mitrovic. So this is actually just came live. It's actually on the Fulham Twitter account, and many others have this as well, but I'm going to share the one that I got from the Twitter account. So according to the Fulham Twitter account, this is from Marco's presser on Mitro's fitness. Quote, "It will be difficult for him to be ready. He was on the pitch outside doing some specific work. Tomorrow we're going to take a decision," unquote. Okay. So based on that from the presser, I think it's a pretty low odds that Mitro could play against Wolves. However, we've seen this before. Never say never, but I just think that this is an update that we have on Mitro. It's something that we will have to watch, and we'll know an hour before the match if Mitro is included. But Marco has made it clear in the presser that it's going to be difficult for him. However, are these games that Marco's playing, or is this real? I think we're only really going to know until we get to an hour before the match. I've seen it before. I've seen talk in a presser and then the player plays. Who knows? But based on what I am reading from the presser, according to Marco, it's going to be difficult for Mitro to play against Wolves. Only time will tell. So that's our update. Also, Peter Rutzler also tweeted out that, well, the two players that are out are Tom Kearney and Neeskens Cabana. So those are the two players that are definitely out for this match. And we'll also have to follow the situation with Tom Kearney, and hopefully he will be back sooner than later. And it would be great if we get Neeskens Cabana back before the end of the season. He was a huge bright spot at the beginning of the season. So these injuries are something to follow. And of course, we'll be following the situation with Mitro. So that's our update on Alexander Mitrovic. So let's now get back to some Fulham news. This is just going to be a very quick show. I just wanted to share that update, but I do have some other news and notes to share with you. And again, this is from our friend Peter Rutzler. So, and I'm going to share this. And according to Peter Rutzler, Adrian Patrizzini could be headed to Norwegian top flight side FK Alkesund on loan, unquote. Now, I probably really just butchered the name of that side, but this is interesting because Patrizzini has been just a huge part of the under 21s. I believe we've only seen him play once. I could be wrong on this, last season in a cup match, and played very well. He is an up-and-coming player, and I think this is a good move for the young player to go out on loan. If this does happen, we'll have to follow this. And I believe Peter also mentioned that there would be an opportunity to call him back if needed. But it sounds like this is something that Fulham are in the works working on. So we'll have to see if Patrizzini goes out on loan to a Norwegian top flight side. And I actually would be in favor of that. I would have been in favor of Luke Harris going out on loan as well. I think that's a player that needs a loan. That's just my opinion. But in the case of Patrizzini as being a central midfielder, I think this is a good thing. We don't talk about him that much, and hopefully he will get the opportunity that he needs to further his development for his career. And who knows what happens next season? Maybe he will become an integral part of Fulham Football Club. So I think a loan move is a good situation for this player. Okay. Coming up next to finish the show, we're going to talk a little bit about Anthony Robinson. Okay, to finish up the show, I'm going to share some information that comes from Pete O'Rourke in Football Insider, and I'll share my thoughts on that. But I do want to mention, if you get a chance, go on YouTube to NBC Sports and watch a wonderful interview with Jedi and Tim Ream together. It's 17 minutes long. It's a fantastic 17-minute video. I would highly recommend watching, and you will learn a lot about the relationship between Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream. I would highly recommend watching it. It is from NBC Sports. Do check that out on YouTube. But getting back to the news on Anthony Robinson, this comes from Peter O'Rourke, and it is from Football Insider. Peter O'Rourke is someone that I actually do have a lot of respect for, so I am going to give this some weight. And his headline today on Football Insider is, quote, sources, Fulham ready, Anthony Robinson offer to fend off Newcastle United, unquote. And I'm just going to say, well, it's about time. Fulham need to be aggressive and offer Anthony a much larger deal. I'm talking about wages and long-term deal. This needs to happen because other sides are going to come in for him. There was a speculation with Man City and several other European sides. Newcastle United is a team that has recently been linked to Anthony Robinson. So for me, I'm all for Fulham going ahead to try to get him signed, sealed, and delivered. And they, in my opinion, need to offer him more money. Reportedly, he is on £25,000 a week wages, and I think it's time to up those wages. So hopefully this is in the works, and we'll have to see how this all plays out because Anthony Robinson has become an integral part of Fulham Football Club this season, and I think it would be important to sign him up long term. However, if the demands on his side are too high and the amount of money that you can get for him next season makes sense, it's something that you have to weigh. But if I'm Fulham Football Club, I do whatever I can to sign Anthony Robinson before the season ends. Just try to get him under new contract. You can always deal with fending off other teams after that, but try to sign him now. Give him a new deal. Give him some more money. Show him the love. That's what I would do. We'll see if Fulham Football Club do that. I hope that they do. And I hope that there is a resolution to this, that we have Anthony Robinson at Fulham Football Club for a while. I would love to see that. I think, as I mentioned, there is this partnership that I think can continue next season. Yes, I think Tim Ream can play for Fulham next season and start. He's proven so much to me. And I want Robinson on the left side of him. I want that. I want that partnership. So let's hope that Fulham do sign Anthony Robinson long term. It sounds like that it's something that they're planning on doing. Now it's time to get it done. Now it's time for Fulham to get it done. Okay. Well, listen, that's going to do it for this very quick episode of Cottage Talk. I just wanted to share the breaking news in regards to Mitro and share a couple of other situations as well. Also want to mention, as I did, please do check out the episode I did with Paul from Whole Lot of Wolves. It's a very good preview of this upcoming match. If you haven't watched or listened to it yet, please do listen to it. And we will have a show after the match on Friday night. I am predicting a 1-0 victory for Fulham. Let's see if I'm right. With Mitro or without Mitro, I am predicting a 1-0 victory. Okay. Well, as always, please do subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. It does help other Fulham supporters find us. Well, that's going to do it for this very quick episode of Cottage Talk. My name is Russ Goldman. Thank you as always for watching and listening to Cottage Talk, now part of the talkSPORT Fan Network.